Well, so those concerns from the communities is a lot more. We have also a comment here, and I was reading just a while back this comment from Oseyeje, who says he agrees with that very comment early on about that very resident who is at Amre here, who says that he buys water from tanker operators and very much unwholesome by the time it is delivered. And he also says he shares in his experience, and that is what he encounters each day or each time he buys water from tanker operators. Now let's look at the subject of unwholesome water patronage and how it affects the quality of health of residents in communities.
As the demand for water increases in areas affected by recent water rationing, the dangers of buying polluted water is also high. In this time of need, consumers may compromise on quality, while private water operators make brisk business. Private water operators confirm supply cannot match demand for the scarce commodity, which has increased in recent times. Kwesi Wie is a private water operator, and he tells Joynews his supplies to customers are sourced from boreholes and wells at places such as Kwabenya, Asofa and Ofanko. The issue is, how safe is the water for drinking or preparing meals? He explains the kind of water supplied is determined by what it will be used for.
She say unto borehole na use. You the supply ma for but borehole no. You ma omo use fie and a papa obetumi anom. Na work construction for so there. Oba na ebisa say bia adwuma ben na de kwakwesa. So kokoye bia obi use fie oben ma na say we ya and dey na akọ Kwabenya nya kopi biabro. The Wager Lake is also a source of water for some private water operators. Using pumps powered by generators, many water tanks are filled and supplied to customers. Business as usual seems to be going well for owners of the generators as well as drivers of the water tankers.
Two cities, the way our tank and so on may charge because of my petrol and my machine.
They are, however, quick to deny supplying the untreated lake water to consumers to be used as drinking water.
And therefore, say one more day a Gianna because you treat it the demand for construction 1 more year. It's a Diana. Yeah, but I don't know if it's a yard or dear. That's all business ABR. At times I am beer or the flashing toilet. And the overcatching to me.
The private water operators insist their customers are aware that the lake water is not safe for drinking, and so they put themselves at risk if they choose to drink the untreated lake water after it has been supplied to them.
All right, so issues of water, and it's horrible, you know. The water that was coming out of the pipe, and we don't know where these waters come. And the fact is, when you buy, you have no choice. You don't even know where it's coming from, and you don't have any other source, so you just have to deal with it. But fortunately, there's a way to purify that water before you cook or do anything at all with it. We'll bring you another one, and this has to do with commercial water vendors. And then we'll switch gears. We'll go to Facebook, because a lot of you are commenting on the electricity, the power supply issue. So we'll get to that as well, but let's watch this one.
This odorless, tasteless, and clear liquid called water is one of nature's most important gifts to mankind. According to the World Health Organization, about 5 million people die each year from poor drinking water, poor sanitation, or a dirty home environment, often resulting from water shortage. The importance of water to the well-being and sustenance of citizens of any country cannot be overemphasized. In Ghana, however, water for some time now has become a luxury item. The situation has worsened with the recent formal water rationing in Tema and Accra. From the main source, a 250 to 350 gallons worth of water is not sold for more than 4 cedis.
4C no the my bako until me 8. Okay, the mom ton no fence 35. 35. I'm per pipe no pipe on the best. If there will be call no call best sashe or sano no my say be a pipe or be a bulance or be.
Depending on the volume of water and distance, these tanker operators or mobile water vendors sell the water for anything from 25 cedis to 70 Ghana cedis.
Be there a whole month. Here you can get water. It can go off for number of days, number of weeks. As I'm talking to you, my pipe had been off for a month now. There's no water, so we live on this 70, 60, 40 business guys.
Collins also tells me he has not been able to take his bath for close to 24 hours.
Today, as I'm talking to you, I have no water in the house. I've not taken my bath. I'm thinking of getting this pure water, cut them, put them in a bucket and take my bath. This morning I wanted to, even last night I wanted to take my bath. My wife told me the kids need to go to school this morning, so the little water that we had to keep it for the kids this morning.
Some of the tanker operators, however, complain of running at a loss due to the shortage. As you take your daily shower, water the lawn, or wash your car and gate, don't forget that fresh water is a life or death issue, and some people in Accra are unable to have a bath in a day due to the cost of water.
Well, so also we look at how communities also have to contend with rationing of water supply, especially from the providers, the Ghana Water Company. And sometimes you just like the way we're experiencing with electricity and all those power cards, you tend to plan and do your schedules on how you tend to consume water based on how it is rationed to you. We take a look at a story on water rationing in communities.
According to the residents, they have had to grapple with acute water shortage for the past month, well ahead of the announcement forcing them to trek miles for the utility, a basic need they can't do without.
Performance nature cry pipe in Bawa Hansi. It's the best way behind matching. You can be two back with Pesa, lowest lighting, Sunday do so be no gallon, you know, but could be not the baby wedding to so they
They explain the inconvenience is taking a toll on their schedules and causing them to lose sleep.
Kafong na fo abagarakana halo gavafina tepoche viaraku kokoti ta fudana mi tano no chiavuna mi na mi ano pondo kutumi akuchi akọ onwe anyanwu sori ahumachi se maybe se wiesa ye hu usara ahumachi se na usro obi nyamu anaju be ya obibi kra untimi nti utumi nya kakra pe udwane akoshedam untimi nya ne bebre.
Cynthia, who was into her daily chores, complained women have been hit the hardest.
Obetu pipe no mbia mikobubula samenu wodani aha me kwa hade bia ne bua nsuama mebre nyama ni doswa ubesi nyima nini a nso nini abesa wepo nini asa.
These scenes of dry taps with queues of yellow gallons and buckets met us in the homes we visited in Dansuman and Latabeokoshi. The 1 in 1,000 we chanced upon with water was flowing at a little more than a trickle. The situation is taking a toll on businesses too.
Yet to pipe homes are yen, so you be chinsan, yes, it's a form, then for 4 tank, yes, it's a bull house at the end, yes, it's a so. If all muddy wash will be turning to you, say. Then so in Sweden, 1 year the year, Juma. This is here, and some customers in Juma. Yes, I am not any better, son.
The residents want whatever work is being done to improve the situation to be fast-tracked. Officials of the Ghana Water Company, meanwhile, say they are doing their best under the circumstances.
Well, so now communities would have to plan and also plan their schedules based on what type of water will be coming into their area, the type of water they have to buy, and even the ones that are supposed to be legal through their own streams, pipelines, they also would need to plan themselves whether to bath today or not to bath, and store which quantity and which quantity not to store. Have you stayed in a community where water access is a difficulty?
I actually buy water, so I can identify with all these things that the people are sharing.
You're used to, I guess.
I am used to it, yes. I am used to it because I don't see water running through my tap. So what I do is that I don't drink it. I mean, I drink the sachet water to stay safe, because you don't know where the water is coming from.
You know, I've had that experience where when you're in town, you don't buy sachet water, but at home you drink sachet water. You drink bottled water when you're in town, that type of thing. Okay, so now we know that a lot more issues have emerged about how equitably we can distribute water, but also the issue about how to get access and the type of investment that needs to be made. How about perhaps desalinating water? Desalination of water is now the option for a lot more countries. Ghana, how do we look at that very option? We have a story on that as well.
The development of a desalination plant in the western region, once complete, will produce an additional 22 million gallons per day of water for Ghana Urban Water Limited for onward supply to the Secondary Takoradi metropolis, which currently receives only 4 NGD from the 2 existing water treatment plants in Inchaban and Dabuase. Pre-feasibility studies have already been undertaken by Agbegua Water of Spain, the engineering company that will undertake the work. The project will play a key role in alleviating pressure on water supply caused by rapid population expansion and ensure the country is able to keep pace with the growth in economic activity spurred by the burgeoning oil industry in the region. The Volta River Authority is heavily dependent on water for cooling their thermal plants, and the water produced by this plant will go a long way to ensure the needs of the VRA are met. In addition, the project will also provide water for the oil industry, which is in dire need of potable water.
Well, so now tell us your experiences, and the phone lines are now open. Please interact with us, let us know, and the number is
0302-211-691 Give us a call. But I quickly also want to share this. You know, Dumso is to be reduced by 57% in 2 weeks.
Power cuts.
Engineers at the Abuazi Power Enclave have assured the 350 megawatts shortfall in power will be reduced to 150 megawatts. And a lot of you are commenting on this issue. This one caught my eye. Melissa Benedicta Mallet says, enough of the promises. Why can't people wait till something is working before they talk about it, instead of talking plenty grammar only to give excuses later? Ghana should stop selling electricity to other countries. That will help a lot. And I'm thinking, is Burkina Faso also going through what we're going through? Do they also have a schedule that they're following? Because, you know, we sell power to them.
They don't. But the point is, we as a country need to think of what we do and how we serve our people better. I guess that's why.
All right, another twist to the subject. Taylor's Corner says, am I to believe that this doomsaw being encountered is a sabotage by some regulators and managers of our power in the country? We keep having conflicting views from governments, the ECG, GridCo and VRA. They all have peculiar versions of the situation at hand. But what I keep asking myself in silence is when we can actually be told the actual situation on the ground. We deserve to know. Okay, so keep writing. And Nana Kwame says, Chia, Yatiabre, they won't do anything. We don't know what you think. You can give us a call right now. The phone lines are activated. We're talking water. You tell us where you are and whether water is flowing. If not, do you know where the water tankers get the water that you buy from them? Do you know where they get it from? Are you concerned at all? What are you doing to purify it yourself? After all, you are the final consumer of that water. Give us a call. The phone lines are activated right now. And you can also touch on the subject of the rain. Has it prevented you from going to work? I mean, if you were home, Roland, would you have made an excuse not to go to work?
I would have gone to work.
Because
I have
it's
a car,
raining?
so I can drive through the rain. That's the
Okay.
whole point. Yeah.
Mm.
And the point is using the rain as an excuse, unless perhaps
some people do.
Unless there's a flood or something of the sort, you can't.
Some people
What excuse
do.
will you give? Because it won't rain the whole day anyway.
Well, but you can say your area is flooded, for instance.
Well,
because I tell you what, later on in the day, but let's just go to the phone lines. We'll come back to this. Hello, Mohammed. All right, Mohammed, we lost you. But we don't have a lot of time to pick a lot of phone calls. We can take one phone call, and then we'll call it a day.
And like we're saying, there's some other communities that also tend to harvest rainwater. But I guess a lot more education also needs to go into how they will be in a position to purify that water well. And we now have companies in Ghana that are retailing these small scale water purification devices, etc. And that's good for community.
All right, let's now speak to Al Hassan, who's calling from Tamale. Good morning, Al Hassan. Hello, Al Hassan. Is it raining in Tamale?
Actually, it's not raining, but the weather is promising.
Okay. All right, so tell us about your experiences with water.
The problem is not from the natural factors, but it's from our leaders who are acquiring the equipment for the pumping of the water.
Do you have any evidence?
Yeah. Somebody, for instance, if you look at the pumping station, when the biowater contractors came to assemble their machine, we were thinking that they were new. So recently we realized that the machines were not ordinary, they were used machines. So once in a while we encounter a down.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right, Al Hassan, we'll leave it here. Thank you so much for sharing. But you know, with regards to the rains this morning, at least in the Greater Accra region, I tell you what, later on in the day, we'll have pictures of the havoc that it's caused already. I mean, little showers.
In Accra.
We have flooding.
We're in great difficulty. A friend of mine is always on me saying that just little hours of rain in Accra gives us shudders, and always keeping us on our toes and making sure that we don't get to have our way as far as our daily movements are concerned. Well,
all right, so that's it for the AM show for today.
Well, before we go though,